Hey there, everyone. So I promised you I would create a video with an updated version of PowerPoint. Now, I did check to make sure that Windows and Mac look the same, and they do virtually look the same. There might be a little difference in the size of the buttons, but the placement is exactly the same. All right, so I'm going to do it from my Mac, but if you have Windows, that's totally okay. It's going to look very similar if you're using the most updated PowerPoint version that they have. Now, again, I recommend that you actually download the application and utilize it that way. It just gives you far more control rather than the web browser version. Okay, so just a quick reminder that you do have access to downloading PowerPoint, the application, or Word, the application, any Office application for free. Okay, you download it through the App Store if you have a Mac. You can download it from the Microsoft website if you do not. If you have Windows, I think there's another like App Store that Microsoft has, but I don't know too much about that. All right, so you can access this and see this no matter what. When they ask you to pay, though, the big thing is you go to find the little text that says sign in, and you sign in using your Gwinnett Tech credentials. Once you do that, you've got access. Okay, might as well use the far superior version that gives you more control. That's just my personal thought, but I do strongly recommend that. Okay, so let's take a look at what we've got going on here. So now I recommend the first thing that you do to change the body. All right, kind of this background area. Now, if you right click and you go down to format background, it'll give you this box over here on the right hand side. Now, what you would do if you want solid fill background, you would just click the box here and choose from either these, or you can click more colors. Yours on Windows may look a little bit different. I think it brings up like a color palette, probably something that looks similar to this. But what I was talking about in class yesterday that wasn't working properly on the older version is the eyedropper tool. Notice if you click it, now it gives you like a little magnified version. Say we want to make the background, I don't know, this weird, I don't know, rust color, or we want to do it the same color as the background here, or you really like this bright orange, or maybe this kind of more tan. You want to use that, okay? And then you click OK. Now our background is that kind of beigey top kind of color. All right. Now, I would recommend doing the background first because it opens up this like format tab that I can't figure out how to open it up on my own. Like it gives you an option up at the top, but it doesn't show it there. And I find that to be kind of strange and counterintuitive. So formatting the background first opens this up for you and then allows you to then make adjustments elsewhere. Okay, notice now we've got those same options for these different boxes. Now, I did say with the background, I don't recommend using picture or texture fill, pattern fill, right? Those will just make things a little bit odd, right? They'll make it difficult to read your text. And since there's both a visual and a textual rhetoric element to your argumentative website, you really need to make sure that your reader can both see and read your text. All right, so gradient is cool. Play around with that. If you like it, amazing. Use it. If you don't, if you prefer a solid background like I tend to, then use that, okay? It does not detract either way as long as it is a rhetorical choice chosen for a reason, okay? You have to know the reason. So let's say we want to change this logo area to a different color. All right, so again, you can choose from the color palette up here, or you can go to more colors and it kind of gives you a little bit more option. Just for giggles, I'm going to make it red. It's going to look terrible, but we're going to just roll with that. Okay, it's just an example. Now, if you wanted to say change this one then, well, all right, let's go to solid fill. Let's change it. Let's go basic. We'll go blue. This is a terrible color scheme unless you're trying to sell toys to kids, by the way. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now for this one in the back, I know you probably won't be able to see it super well, but I wanted to show you kind of what the gradient looks like. Again, I don't particularly prefer this. I feel like it cheapens things a little bit sometimes, but if you've got the right kind of organization, this could work really well for you, okay? So to spice things up, let's choose another color that totally doesn't match. And now with gradient, you can see that you've got kind of like a bluer color to a greener color, and we can see it in this box behind, where it starts out blue and goes to green. That looks kind of cool. Um, so we have that. Now, if you need to change your text, right? For example, you say, okay, well, this font is the default. Nobody uses default font. Okay, you're right. But now let's play with that. All right, so we can, whoops, as I do the thing I didn't mean to. Here we go. So we can then highlight everything, okay, and go up to the top and choose the font you want. Let's choose, I don't know, this weird one that no one can read. I don't recommend doing that, by the way. Check for readability to make sure that your reader totally can see everything that you're trying to share. All right. Now, black font, boring. Let's change the color. Okay, up here you can see that there's another color palette. Again, if you click more colors, you have more flexibility. We'll just go with something basic here that will stand out against that beige. Maybe this kind of like dark gray. That looks kind of cool, actually. And you can also change the size, either using the kind of drop-down menu or these kind of size increase and decrease options. All right, so now same thing for body text. Now, but what I want to point out, and I showed you guys this briefly in class, but I don't think it was cooperating. If you click on multiple things, right? If you're on a Mac, you hold down the command button and click on multiple things. If you are on the PC, what you would do is, so on Windows, you would hold down the shift key, right, and click on multiple things, and it will make a selection of multiple options. So now if we want to say, I don't know, change our color to white, all of them just changed, which is really nice. Now say maybe you want to move them. Now it moves them all as a unit, which is also really kind of nice. All right, so it gives you just a little more flexibility. It makes it so that you can save yourself some time. All right, so just kind of keep that in mind. Now, the last thing that I want to point out really briefly, because we are going to need it this week, is importing your logo. What you'll want to do is use this kind of picture icon. If it's not showing up in the ribbon, which is what this is called, then you'll want to go to like insert and then picture. But for me, it's right here. So I'm just going to grab it, picture from file, and then you search around through your files for that logo that you've exported from Canva. Okay, so super easy to work with. This might be, it might seem a little bit weird at first, but I can guarantee you, you will get the hang of it. Now, one thing I do want to point out, if you were inclined to maybe get each of the color, like each of the pages on the same color scheme, you'll notice on the left that I copied basically 5 pages because we have 5 pages that we need. Now, what you could also do is you could just grab these, right? Again, Shift on Windows and Command on Mac, and you can just delete them and right click and click duplicate slide. Okay, and then each of your slides look the same. Yeah, you might have to change them a little bit later, but you've now got your entire color scheme that you're kind of using on each page. So that's just a little pro tip to save you some time instead of having to change the backgrounds on every single slide. I just wanted to have them there for continuity and so that you could access them if you wanted to and then make adjustments later. But you can just make that switch all at once after doing your home page. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of put that out there for you guys, give you guys an update on what you probably will actually see on your computer rather than these old, terrible versions of PowerPoint that we were working with. So I just wanted to make sure that you had that visual opportunity. All right, so thanks, you guys. Have a great rest of your day. If you have any questions, as always, just send me an email. Let me know. All right, see ya.